Hi class, this is Mrs. Travers. In Unit 1, Activity 2, you were being asked to create an infographic. So I thought that I would create a quick little video with some recommendations and an example of what an infographic can look like. The purpose of an infographic is basically to replace a report. So in your infographic, you must still have a title, a main idea, details to support, and a conclusion as to what it was that you were trying to accomplish within your infographic. So think about those when you are creating it. It is based on the idea of netiquette and where and why netiquette is so important. So those norms, roles, and social institutions play an important role in the information that you're going to put into your infographic. You might also want to put in information that you can look up on the internet in order to put in there. Some of the students that I was talking to earlier are putting in information about cyberbullying or stories about people who went for an interview and weren't given the job because of social media posts that they had made in the past or even recently. So in addition to the norms, roles, and social institutions, you want to include more information than just what was provided in the description. I would highly recommend that you use Pictochart. I've been using it for a number of years now, and I've included in the news feed, along with this video, a link to steps in how to use Pictochart. Just a little bit of a heads up, they continually edit and change the program much like they did with Google Classroom this year, and just be aware that some of the buttons or some of the features may have changed. The other thing that they like to do is what was free a year ago is now no longer accessible through your free Google account. So just to give you an idea, this was an info chart that a student of mine actually created for a class that I teach as well in social sciences, HHS4Uv1. And we were looking at statistics and changes over time. She, of course, was looking into marriage in Canada and provided details that provide evidence and support this idea that marriage in Canada will change over time. It would be beneficial to identify somewhere in there what you're looking at specifically, a little summary, something to lead into this. But she's got clear statistics coming from Statistics Canada as to what is happening to the state of marriage. And at the bottom, you are highly encouraged to include a conclusion as to what you're seeing within those infographics in case it wasn't clear. So that's an example of an infographic. The reason I like Pictochart is I find it very user-friendly. It's pretty easy and intuitive to figure out how to use, but for some students, it may be a little bit more of a challenge, just depending on the programs you're used to using. The thing that I also liked about it that was beneficial last year is that it is easy to download and to submit your work that you created. Some of the other programs that they listed in the content, you may or may not be able to download or share your infographic once you make it up. That's why it's important that you check that you can export it before you make up and spend lots of time making up your infographic, only to discover that you are not able to share it. So the thing I like about Pictochart is that it is accessible through your Google account. In the school board that I'm in, we have an apps Google account that you can use to log in. You can download it as an app in the web store, or you can just go to pictochart.com. When you go to login, you should find the Google login, and I could just use mine. And it may or may not, it's been giving me a bit of grief, and I just have to fit, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to go, these are ones that I've created in the past, number of things. I've also helped my kid create a few. We did in English a summary of each of the acts, but also my kid was in Me to We, and she was creating posters, and we were able to use Pictochart and upload them to Costco and print them off on glossy 8x10 paper. She also got Taylor Swift tickets, and we were able to make those up as a Christmas gift. So there's actually like a lot of things that you can do with them. You can make up an infographic. It can make up slides to show as a presentation, or you can actually make it printable where it shows down there. So I've showed a number of times where I've made infographics for class. So this is the infographic program, or sorry, picto chart, and I would definitely highly recommend this particular one in order to make up your picto or infographic for this particular assignment. So if you have questions, or if the video and the instructional document are not helping and you still have more questions, please don't hesitate to email me. Thank you.